Hey guys, and welcome to Smoking Research. Today we found our local Craigslist or Facebook deal here on a Z Grills. Currently it doesn't work, but we paid 50 bucks for it on Facebook. We're going to go ahead and diagnose what's going on and get it fired back up here. First things first, I hooked it up to power. I'm going to go ahead and turn the grill on. It's going to give me an error 1 on the display. So with all these grills these days, Google is going to be your best friend. Went ahead and Googled that error with Z Grills, and Z Grills says that is an error for the communication between the thermocouple inside the grill to the controller itself. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get all the side panels pulled off this guy, see if we can't find the issue, get a new probe put in it, and get it fired back up. So starting out here on our Z Grills, got my Phillips head here. There are a couple panels on this grill. You got your controller up front. You'll have a side panel where your fan's mounted, and then you'll have your bottom panel. Typically, I'd start with the bottom panel. I'm going to pull it off. That's where most of our main electrical connections are going to be. I'm imagining there's going to be some zip ties and other things in there that we're going to have to cut to actually get the wires routed and pulled back out through the grill. So we'll go ahead and start there. Get our screws out the bottom of the grill and pull that bottom panel. So we're going to get that bottom panel off of there, and then we'll drop underneath and get a look at the wiring, see what's going on. So getting down underneath the grill instantly, once I pulled that bottom panel off, you can see the wires to that thermocouple on the inside of the grill are broken. So with that, we're going to have to pull the thermocouple inside, and we'll go ahead and pull this front control panel off and get these old wires pulled out so we can route the new ones with the new thermocouple. So with that, we're going to take our Phillips head. We're going to go ahead and pull the controller out the front of the grill. Take these two screws out. And we'll go ahead and walk this out the front of the grill. With that out the front of the grill, I can pull these out, and you can see there that they are definitely split and broken, and that's what we're going to be replacing. Those thermocouple wires hook up to this green connector here. So that green connector is going to be a small flat. Some of them do have a Phillips hookup. I always just use my pocket screwdriver to go ahead and loosen these connections up here. So we'll get that loosened up. We'll be able to pull those out. So with those removed, then we can move to the inside of the grill here, and we'll start working on getting that thermocouple out of the inside of the grill. So this does have two shelves there, so we'll pull that top shelf out. And we're going to go ahead and pull the thermocouple. Still a Phillips head screwdriver on the inside. I'll bring you guys in here. You can see down in here, though, what has happened is they have taken the hopper and they mounted it to the grill, and they clamped those wires in between the hopper and the grill itself. So I can't pull any of that slack up out of here to actually get the thermocouple to be pulled. So with that, we're going to have to loosen the top half of our box here and let it fall down a little bit so we can actually get the thermocouple wire itself pulled out. So now we'll start to get that hopper to fall away from the top, and I should be able to. Nothing else is in there, which we will. Pull these wires up and out. So that's going to be the thermocouple from the inside of our grill. Very simple. We'll be able to take our screwdriver here and take those out. Now the new thermocouple for this grill, I didn't go anything fancy. Just went ahead and went on Amazon, and I ordered the correct length of thermocouple. So depending on what grill you have, you're going to have a certain length thermocouple. So really, all you got to do is measure that thermocouple and how tall it is, and make sure you order the right one. Well, I ordered this one right off Amazon. I think it cost me about 10 bucks. So not really too expensive here. And we'll go ahead and get it installed so we can get this grill back up and working. Oops. So we're going to go ahead and take that, set this aside. We will need that, but we'll take our new thermocouple, slide it up inside, get our screws back here, put them back in, and put the nuts on the back side. And with those nuts on the back side, we're going to go ahead and have this new thermocouple installed for the grill portion of it. So I am also going to go ahead and get a pliers and bend that back down a little bit. So you can kind of see here this piece of metal is bent back. I want it to be bent back over straight so this isn't contacting anything at the top of the grill. So we'll go ahead and get the pliers here and just give her a nice little gentle bend to get that all lined back up and make it straight again. So with that, we will be able to take our controller. I'm going to have to loosen this screw up to get that back through. So there is a gasket at the top of this grill that this thermocouple was running through. So I think we'll be okay. And we're just going to go ahead and route this new one back through and back down where it was. With that, our new thermocouple is going to be installed in the grill. And we're going to go ahead and take it. We'll take this. We're going to put this in our connector here for our thermocouple. So we'll go ahead and get rid of these guys here. Won't need those. We're going to go ahead and take the end here of our new thermocouple and put it in our controller. And we'll route that down inside the grill and pull it out the bottom. So now with that in installed at the top, we can go ahead and set that controller back in. So to get that thermocouple wire back where we need it to get hooked up to that controller, I am actually going to have to pull this hopper off. So I'm going to remove all the screws for this, and we'll get it pulled off. All right, so now I got that routed down to the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and get all the bolts on the inside put back in, get this secured back to the grill, and then we'll hook it up in the bottom, and we'll see if it'll fire up. So we went ahead and got it secured back up to the grill there. So with that, we had to pull these 3 screws across the top. There's 2 here, and also 2 down at the bottom. And also the 4 screws on the sides here that hold the burn pot on. We had to remove those also to get that to pull off. So we'll come back over here, and as you can see, we'll screw back down in here, and you'll see again that those wires are routed through there. I did leave a little slack, so we had some play and they weren't rubbing there, but it looks like that's just how this grill was made, where you have to route that through. So with that routed down to the bottom now, we can go ahead and take our connector here with our new connector or with our new temp probe and go ahead and get that hooked up. So once that's plugged in, we can go ahead and hit the start button here and see if we're still going to get the error code before we go ahead and put it back together. So we'll turn it on and turn it to smoke, and you'll see I'm going to get a temperature. So that means the temperature probe is reading, and it's going to go ahead and try to ignite. Now obviously we don't want to do that right now, so we'll go ahead and shut that off, and we'll get everything put back on, get the face put back in before we do a test run on it here. Okay. With all that put back on, I'll make sure I put our burn pot back in. And put our burn pot secure vent screw back down. And from there, guys, we're going to go ahead and fire it up without all of the trays in, just so we can make sure the pellet hopper is going to feed and all of that's going to work properly for us. So we'll bring you over here. We'll go ahead and let it start feeding, see if we can't get it to fire up. So you'll see our thermocouple is getting hot there now, starting to heat up, and it's going to ignite those pellets. So once we get a fire in the box, I'm going to go ahead and I'll shut it down because we are in my garage. I don't want to smoke my garage out. And then we'll put it back together and we'll go through a cleanup. And then we'll start running to do some preliminary testing here on this Z grill. And there we'll start to see some smoke coming out of it now. Should have a fire any second. So with that, we're going to go ahead and shut it down before I smoke my garage up too much. And we'll get on to the next one.